And so how did you guys end up on this path?
It's a door opener for people. So they learn about the essential oils and they're very uplifting. They can literally change your approach on life.
So walk me
like to
through
share.
the coaching process here a little bit, because that's where I'm really intrigued. Like,
And how important it is to make sure that you're still focused on the things that bring you joy.
hello everyone, and welcome back to Talkin St. Pete. I'm your host, Ryan Bogdan. Before we get into today's two awesome guests, I want to let you know this podcast is sponsored by Bogdan Homes. So if you know anyone looking to buy, sell, or invest here in the greater Tampa Bay area, find our contact information in the description below. And our line for everyone is that luxury is an experience, not a price point. And now on to our two awesome guests. I have Ilene and Ali, the co-founders and owners of the Zest Zone. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then look at these
Psyched
two
to be
glasses.
here.
For those of you that aren't watching and you're only listening, you need to go watch because these two are freaking cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, we hear that sometimes.
Yeah, you guys came in with all this style,
Yeah.
smelling good, bringing all the good vibes. Something about the joy of life may be a theme for you. Huh?
That sounds like something
Yeah.
we should get into.
It's a little messed up, guys. Sorry, we're gonna have to rewind back. It's just in the way of your face.
Oh,
So you can-
I don't see a problem with
We're
that.
going to keep rolling. This is not happening. This is real life. Yeah. We'll see what happens here. Sorry, we got a little... Yeah, I think it's all right.
You're so dynamic.
Yeah. Well, we just want to make sure we're good. Okay.
No, you're good.
And we have a bug flying by. This is just real life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not going to cut that out. So joy of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. We live it. We love it. We work with people who want more of it.
Oh, I'm all about that.
Yeah.
I'm all about that.
That's why we're called the Zest Zone.
Zest Zone. So tell me about that. What is the Zest Zone? Because there's probably a few listening that need to be a little educated.
Have a little more zest. And a little
Yeah,
more joy in
need
their
a little
life.
more zest, a little more citrus in their life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. We named it the Zest Zone because that's the goal, to live a life of zest, vitality, and joy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how it came about.
So
Go
what?
ahead.
It did. We've been working together for almost 30 years now. And so
Started when I was 10.
yeah, we worked in the private sector, and we became entrepreneurs. We jumped that corporate cubicle and decided to continue working together. And now we're not only work partners, we're life partners as well. So it's 24/7, 365.
Oh, and
and
you guys
we
must really get
realized-
along.
We
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
We actually want more downtime together. So that is the goal.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And so we
Let's
know
just try
how
to keep this
important it is to be entrepreneurs and to keep life in mind, because you can get overwhelmed. You're the CEO, the CMO, the CFO, and how important it is to make sure that you're still focused on the things that bring you joy.
Yes.
And a lot of people feel like they don't have time, they don't have the energy, they don't have the creativity, they don't have the support, the money to have a joyful life. So we work with people to show them how they can.
I love that. And especially being in business, it's easy for the business to take over, right? And run your life. So I'm a part of Keller Williams, and we have some values and in a particular order of God, family, then business. And so it's always a reminder of being, in real estate or as an entrepreneur, or business owner, that has to be the order of your life, because if it gets turned around, and it can easily, right?
Easily.
And you start putting the wrong things in the right order. So I love that this is your mission.
Absolutely. And so you have your values that you work by, and that's what we remind others to live by, to heart-based living, live by their values.
Yeah.
And sometimes we tuck those away, and you can't find your joy, and your happiness meter kind of gets all screwed up if you aren't living by your values. So
Yeah. No, that's good. Okay, so it's the Zest Zone. So what is that? So that's the name of the company, but what are we doing? Are we coaching
So we
people?
are
or
joy coaches.
Okay.
Okay, so which I guess some people would call life coaches, but we recognize that really the goal for everyone is to live a joyful, vibrant life. When you really get down to it,
Okay, so I'm come to you and say, am I coming to you because I'm having issues, or am I a business owner? Like, who's your typical, customer?
yeah, our primary customer are female entrepreneurs,
Okay.
and we're surrounded by them in St. Pete. There's so many women. We're part of a group called St. Pete Girl Boss,
Shout out Sandy.
and we know Sandy.
Yep.
And there are so many women, young, at various stages in their career. They're either starting up, starting over, trying to find their way and be successful. So primarily, we work with women entrepreneurs. That's who we are, and so we relate really well. And
and also the basis of this joy and vitality stems from vibrant living and being really healthy. And so we bring in an element that many other coaches don't, and that is essential oil natural solutions.
Oh.
And so the brand of essential oils that we work with are certified pure, tested grade. And so they help to uplift, up-level your physical and emotional health. And so we believe that you really can't get to joy unless you feel good. And so, take a look outside. There's just huge issues going on, mental health problems. People always say, what's a joy coach? And we say, well, how about why joy coaching and why now? Because there's a lot going on out there, and people are stressed. Their anxiety levels are crazy. We're living in an anxiety economy.
Yes.
So,
why do you think that is?
Well,
what's driving that? You say it's so important now with mental health. We're living in this anxiety zone. What are you guys seeing in your coaching sessions? What's the root cause?
So if I may,
You may.
I mean, there's a variety of things for people because everyone's different. But even to generalize, if you look at the world, it doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on. It doesn't depend on what your views are in any particular thing. It's stressful. We've got social media, we've got the news, we have things coming at us at a velocity. It's hard to consume, and it can be overwhelming.
We're post-pandemic.
Yeah.
Isolation is still high for a lot of people. A lot of suicide rates have been going up for a long time. I think there was a drop in 2018, but it's back up. We're generally not a happy planet.
Yeah.
And we see this in people.
In St. Pete. See, I think you just got to go outside.
Oh, no, you didn't say St. Pete. So St. Pete, we landed here and we chose it because of its vibrancy, because that vibe that St. Pete has. It's young, it's hip, it's culturally vibrant, it's beautiful. Everything about it speaks to us in a really powerful way.
I'm smiling as she's saying this. We should really probably either work for you or the chamber, one or the other, because we absolutely love where we live. We can't think of one thing that's missing, like maybe a really, 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 really good Chinese restaurant. but we recruit people here.
But so do I. So do I.
Yeah.
So with that, where did you come from?
We came from, originally I'm from Connecticut. Ilene's from Philadelphia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You did a stint in New Jersey as a young person, and then Boston.
Yeah.
And Connecticut.
She's my PR person.
I'm her spokesperson.
Yeah.
I was Connecticut. We both moved to Provincetown, Massachusetts.
Okay.
Which is at the end of Cape Cod for people who don't know. Super quirky artist community, LGBTQ mecca. We ran a bed and breakfast up there for 6-7 years. Had a wonderful time doing that, and then sold it and came to St. Pete.
So why St. Pete?
Why not? I mean,
how did you know about it? Did you have friends here, family here?
Well, you had a cousin
Yeah,
who
my
used to be the mayor here many years ago.
My dad's cousin. He's my cousin too, but my dad's cousin, kind of that generation, was mayor of St. Pete.
Okay.
And I was here.
Well, that was before it was hip and vibey and all that.
Yes.
There was nothing.
Yeah.
There was nothing here. Yeah. So we visited friends in Sarasota, not intending to sell her in, not intending to move, and visited her, and it had changed from what I remembered. And then we started thinking about maybe it would be possible. We hadn't thought about Florida as an option for us. Yeah. And when we came down, we were really, we were wowed by St. Pete.
There's a lot to be wowed. So when was that? How long have you been here?
4.5 years.
4.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And if I can weave joy into that for just a moment.
Oh, you can weave the joy in and out all over. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
I have to crochet it right in there. So we loved what we were doing up in Provincetown, got a taste of St. Pete, and just decided to jump. We literally jumped for joy. Although we were enjoying what we were doing, it was a business, and there was we had a great opportunity to sell the inn and make money on the inn, and we thought let's jump for the next best opportunity, and we tend to do that. We leave towns, we leave communities, and we always look for the next best thing that really feeds us.
So you're following the frequency of joy.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And more of us need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we know when that joy is there? Like, are you looking for signs? Is it just off a feeling? I mean, I know it's kind of obvious, but for some people there is that blockage. And so I'm curious, in your coaching conversations, how do we help identify people where their joy is?
So where their joy is, that's a great question. So one thing, there's not a magic switch on the wall that you flip and go from blocked or in a state of not being joyful or happy to suddenly being like overjoyed. So it's a process, and it's a daily process that we go through every day. We forget to, but things come up during the course of the day, and you can kind of lose your way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how we identify where people's joy lies, people know that. We just have the right questions, and we guide them through a process to remember who they are, right? Remember who they are, why they're here, what their values are, what gets them excited, and take them through a process of looking at kind of the pillars of their life. Work ends up being one of them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have financial freedom as a goal. That's a nice goal, right? That would make people happy. But those are the other components, the social aspect, spiritual,
Cultural,
right? Spiritual, social,
family.
cultural,
Yeah.
family. All of those people tend to forget about because they're too busy.
Yeah.
Health, Ilene mentioned, happens to be like number one on the list of what people forget about. We do too. And we're in the business. So it's really important to make sure that you're at your best and most vibrant in your health so that you can kind of tend to everything else.
And so how did you guys end up on this path? Like, what, now that you got to yourself to a point, you said, you know what, let's start the Zest Zone. Let's help others find their joy. Where did you feel like, you know what, this is now our next joy that we want to do?
Well,
So
I can take this
it
one
was-
if you want.
we
I can start.
We go ahead.
So we were running the inn, and we were using essential oils. We had this aromatherapy experience at our bed and breakfast, and we cooked with the essential oils. We made cocktails and mocktails with the essential oils, and we did aromatherapy for people, and people loved it. And we also knew that it was really, really good for us and good for our souls and good for our bodies. And so once we sold the inn, we decided to take the aromatherapy part of the business on the road, literally with us. And so today we spend our time doing the joy coaching, but we're also, we teach people how to make mocktails. We're having a mocktail mixology open house tonight. And actually tonight is virtual. We have 10 people coming from around the country.
Cool.
If you want to stop in, let us know.
Yeah.
And we teach people how to cook, how to make drinks with essential oils. And it's a door opener for people. So they learn about the essential oils, and they're very uplifting. Again, they're really wonderful for you. They can literally change your approach on life. And so that's where we start.
Tell me more about.
But
Keep
if I
going.
may jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our backgrounds working together, we were coaches, but in the private sector, working in the corporate setting with people. So we've had that in our background.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of gotten away from that when we were at our inn, but one of the things that inspired us, it certainly did me, we would see people come on vacation, right? For their 1 or 2 weeks of vacation that you get a year working. People would come and their shoulders would drop. And I would watch people sit on the sofa in our parlor, and they'd pick up a magazine like they had never seen one before, or it had been a long time, and they'd have a cup of tea or coffee, and they were just completely relaxed. And it was a whole different vibe and experience for them. And we would talk about that with them. And it's like, you can have that at home. You can create that. We've done that for our entire relationship in our homes, so that we have that feeling all the time. And so we wanted to show people you can actually feel that way all the time.
Setting up your environment to be able to lower your cortisol levels.
That's it.
Absolutely. Lower
That's
the
it.
cortisone, get the dopamine going, get the oxytocin flowing in your body. And you're able to do that. And you're not always able to do it through with what life's throwing at you. Sometimes you need a guide.
I'm guilty.
Yeah.
So are we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we.
So are we.
Yeah.
And so these essential oils have actually natural chemical properties from the plants that actually help you get those hormones going.
So what's the most common one? So we need some joy. I'm here. I'm listening to this
The
now.
oil?
Yeah. What's the
Wild
most
orange.
wild orange?
Wild orange
Wild orange.
essential oil. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. It is uplifting. It is energizing, and it's also great for the immune system. It's great for the digestive
And
system.
so what are we doing with that? We put it on our. Are we ingesting it? We're putting it on our skin.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yes.
You
Smelling
can
it.
inhale it. You can put it on your skin, and you can ingest it. You can ingest all essential oils. Not all oils are created equally.
Right.
With our particular brand, it is safe to ingest wild orange. It is the happiest oil on the planet.
Yeah, it smells like you're walking into an orange grove. It's pretty amazing.
Hence the
Pretty
Zest
amazing.
Zone.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, I like this. This feels good. You guys are so cozy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I don't
Cozy
know.
is good.
Cozy is good. We're, you know, you're just bring a nice energy to the room. You can just feel it. You can tell
Thank you.
that you're really living this
Thank you.
mission.
We really are. We do walk it, talk it, feel it, see it, believe it, teach it.
Yeah.
And we have been doing it that way for a long time.
Yeah, we're pretty grateful. We have a happy life, and you know, we've had things, we've had stuff, like other people, we have to work through. But we have a very happy life, and people often say they want to have what we're having. So
walk
We
me
like to
through
share.
the coaching process here a little bit, because that's where I'm really intrigued. Like, what's that process like? I come to you guys, and you know, maybe just like, what's a couple opening questions that you have for someone to really gauge where they're at and determine where they're at? Is there like a scale of joy? Are you asking them 1 through 10 questions? I mean, what's this look like?
yeah, Eileen's got some great questions. I bet you'll share. But remember, it's not that switch. So we start with incremental.
Yeah.
You know, what's the next best?
Well, I think
emotion, next
I
best
like that you're
feeling?
saying that, because if you have big spikes, then you have the lows, right? It can't.
Exactly.
It has to be. It's almost better to just be level.
That's
than,
right.
Than to have
That's right.
high highs and because then they'll
right.
come with the low lows.
I mean, sometimes people come to us because they are just not happy in their job, their career. And so one of the things that we know is important is that you have to be, you have to do what you are genetically wired to do. Right? I bet you are doing what you are genetically wired to do, whether that you're probably in your sweet spot.
Yeah,
Yeah, would you say?
I think so. I don't.
Okay.
I don't really feel like I'm working.
Right.
We're
so-
working right now.
Right. And it feels like play. Right? And it feels like play all the time.
Yeah.
I've been playing for most of my life
Yep.
when it comes to the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And so if somebody comes to us and they're not happy, we will start with, before we even get into anything, any assessment of anything, because everybody has something different. There's no custom template that we put on top of everyone's situation. We will start with, you know, when Ryan is at his best, what is he doing? When you're not sure, like your very best, what are you doing? And you could go back to when you were 10 years old if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But most people end up saying something like, it really varies, you know, I'm helping somebody, I'm teaching somebody, I've got my hands in the earth and I'm planting plants. I mean, like my favorite story is we worked with a bank teller who came to us who was just really not happy. And she left 6 weeks later and she opened up she was a florist. She's a florist, but she's been denying herself that beautiful ability to get her hands dirty, to plant plants, to be in that plant world. And it was all because we were able to dig in and find out what was missing from her life, what was truly lighting her inner fires. She had the fire in the belly was gone. And so we just asked her a lot of questions, find out what her skill sets were, helped to redirect her, and also talked a lot about the illusion of she felt like she had to be working for that, you know, that 9 to 5 and benefits. And people do need benefits in their 401k, but you can jump and you can still be taken care of.
Yeah,
We've
absolutely.
done it.
I mean, we all get to what we're doing, some accidentally. Not everybody that goes to college ends up doing what they studied. I don't know too many people that did.
Yeah, majority.
Yeah, and
do not.
everybody's doing the best they can
Yep.
with what they have to work with. So you kind of follow a path and get to a place, and that place might be very far away from who you are, you know, your most vibrant state.
Yeah, you're not aligned.
Right. And then how do you get yourself out of that? We often use the analogy of flying the plane and fixing it at the same time. So now I have a job, and most of it is around work because we need
we have to
people need to
survive.
live and support, right?
Yep.
So
But
you
thrive.
find yourself you've got a job, you've got benefits if you're lucky and you have that. You have a family, you have mortgage, you have responsibilities. And and the 401k and the insurance and all of that comes with it, how do you unwind that and go to your place. Like if you wanted to be a chef, if you wanted to go back to school, if you wanted to do something very different, you want to be an artist, a writer, whatever it is, it's hard to unwind that yourself and not feel like it's irresponsible or scary, super scary.
Yeah, some people need permission.
That's right.
Your story about the bank teller, I was thinking she just needed permission to
Absolutely
go and do what she wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, and to relight the fire within
Yeah.
and see the spark, right?
Yeah.
You can tell. That's where, like, looking at you guys, you can feel the life that's within inside of you. The light is bright,
you.
right?
Thank
And-
you.
Yeah. Whereas when you're talking with someone that's just, the light's not on.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not there.
We spoke with somebody the other day who, when she spoke about what she was passionate about, she actually cried. And it's like, you're crying. We stopped and said, you're crying. And she said, I know, it's my passion. I really want to do this. So for us, that's incredibly rewarding and beautiful. And there is no template or format for it. It's just really asking the right questions and taking people through a really authentic conversation.
Yeah. No. That's a beautiful thing. And St. Pete is such an awesome place. And so working with mostly female entrepreneurs, why do you think, I mean, there's so much going on here. What are you guys seeing out there in the community and in your guys' world? It's like, why do you think people keep coming here in waves?
To St. Pete?
Yeah.
Well, I think you said it a little bit. It's young, it's vibrant. There's culture. There's great food. We have sports teams. I heard recently that we're going to get a women's professional soccer team.
Is
I
it?
heard from. I don't know if it's a secret, but I did hear that. And so
Not anymore.
Not anymore. We told them now. I'm curious.
Nobody said not to say anything.
Yeah.
But there's opportunity. Why did we come here? We
Is-
knew we would make an opportunity.
Dare I go spiritual on this, but there is a vibe here. There's an energy. And I've wondered, in Provincetown where we lived, it was an isthmus, a land surrounded by water.
yeah.
And so the light is different.
Yep.
It draws artists in Provincetown. It draws artists here. I think it's the same thing. There's a whole feel of, there's an energy, and I think it attracts. There are more people in the healing profession here than I ever would have expected. Body workers, breath workers,
Yoga is huge here.
huge. And so there's a lot of people that are, focused on that here. And I think it's for a reason. Lots of artists. I mean, it's
Everything
young.
we love.
There's music. There's great energy. And it's not that a snowbird thing is not a good thing, but it's less of that here. It's really a year-round
Work
community.
here,
Yeah.
live here.
Live here, work here.
Yeah. Unlike the
Yeah.
beaches. The
Yeah.
beaches are a little more snowbirdy.
Right. So people that live in St. Pete, I think, have a commitment to the city. They participate. They go out.
It's
any
hard
night
not
of the
to.
week you can find something to do.
Yeah.
It's just great.
I love that you brought up about the water. It was we had Wendy Wesley on, who's a nutritionist and does private chef work and all that. And she mentioned, Dom, see if you can find how many miles of waterfront St. Pete has. She mentioned that we have the most access to waterfront than any other area, I think, in Florida, right? Because we don't build, we have the Vinoy, we have Gulfport, we have the beaches, we have all this access to water, whereas most waterfront places, they build right up to the edge and it's private. You can't get there.
Right.
And so I think there is something special, not only being surrounded by it, but then also having access to it.
Yeah. Deep bows to the city planners who
Yeah.
get that in place.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The parks. I mean,
Yep.
I think there's over 100 parks in St. Pete. I mean, when we first were thinking about moving here, we were looking at all the facts. Over 100 neighborhoods, over 100 parks.
This
I mean,
guy knows.
Yeah, you know, you can check my math. But there's a lot.
No,
there's a
is.
lot going on.
There is. It is. And I and from doing this, this is now 42 episodes, and you guys aren't the first one to talk about a spiritual energy or something that's here, right? And I think it's we attract like people. And so that culture, that foundation that was already here, and now the same reason you guys came here, right? And then you add to it, and then you add to it, and you add to it. And we just have to make sure we keep that.
Yeah.
Although we
That's
got
right.
here 4.5 years ago, we've moved 3 times. So each time we move, and these were all intentional moves, and each time we've moved, we meet new people and we feel a new energy. And it's just like moving all over again. I promise you we're not going to move for a little while, but Yeah, it's been,
We were almost at the point where we needed to get Velcro boxes because it was crazy. We moved down here. We bought a house in the Woodlawn area of St. Petersburg.
Like Woodlawn.
We sold when the market started going up. It was a great opportunity. It wasn't our forever place. Moved downtown and rented for a year.
because
we said we wanted to
always
check
said
out
we
downtown.
wanted to live
Yeah.
downtown in a city because it would bring us joy. So we did for 1 year.
I love that.
And
Packed
then we
up
bought
again.
again.
Okay, and then you ended up
We're in Distant Heights.
Or
The highest
distant
point of
heights.
St.
the
Pete.
highest
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great for
Land of
storms.
peacocks.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Got no worry about flood zone up there.
No,
No.
Yeah.
no, we have a mountainous living room. It's 52 feet.
So your ears might pop.
We
You're so
measured
high.
it. We measured it. Next hurricane, come on over.
Yeah, come on, we're fine, we're fine. Yeah, that is one thing here. But the people really rally together when storms come and help each other out. And there are some communities here that do suffer when the water comes up. But I think that almost brings more sense of community when you go through a disaster.
Absolutely.
That's interesting you brought up the sense of community because that is the other thing about St. Pete. There's how many people? 250,000 maybe. And one of the things we loved about Provincetown, which is super small, except in the summer when it expands with tourists.
Tourism.
But in the winter, there's not a lot of people. There you could walk and you'd run into people that you knew.
You'd have
Here
to.
it's the same thing. We run into people we know all
Oh,
the
I
time.
can't. Yeah.
In for us much bigger city. We see people all the time, and there's a social thing that happens.
It's a city with a neighborhood feel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's wild.
perfect.
And
Yeah.
coming from, you lived in Philadelphia, I mean, that's a city.
That's a city.
And when people are like, St. Pete, I'm like, this is not a city.
Yeah. It's a
I still
town.
drive around and I still find parking. I didn't drive when I lived in Philly. I Ubered or walked or took the subway, But we're going in that direction, I think. I mean, just count the cranes.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's and I love that you said that because some people feel indifferent about it, right? Well, I've said this many times. Change is inevitable, and so we just have to embrace it and keep it going strong.
Yeah, and how
We're
it's
kinda-
managed.
And we're kind of change junkies. 3 times, moving
Well,
3 times.
yeah, no way, you guys,
Yeah,
not
well,
you.
we moved 5 times in 8 years, but that's a whole different show.
And we're calm.
Yeah, we're pretty good.
We're pretty calm.
Yeah, we're still
About
together.
it.
We've been through renovations,
Well, yeah.
house restorations.
Well, yeah, well, because it's the joy. That's what you wanted to do.
Absolutely.
That's what you wanted to do. So, okay, when I know you're following all the joy. So, what do you guys like to do around St. Pete, rather than other than work?
We love to try new restaurants.
Yeah, what's
we
your
like
favorite?
to try old restaurants.
Oh boy, favorite's hard because there's so many good
It's not
restaurants.
fair. But last night we went to one that we haven't been to
Which is?
ever, Noble Crust,
You haven't been to
No, we've been
No.
meaning to do it. We went last night. We had an incredible meal,
with an incredible
wait
waiter.
staff. Jed,
Jed.
if you're watching, thank you.
Yeah,
It was a great experience.
We love
Il Ritorno.
Baba.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
Baba.
love Wild Child.
Yep.
We love so much.
So many.
So
Yeah.
many. I can't think.
I mean, from Dead Bob's. I mean, from all variety, right? You get local places.
There's a lot.
there's a lot.
To offer. A lot to offer. If it's your birthday, and this is for both of you, so this is one I wanted an answer. It's your birthday. We're going out. Where are we going?
Where would you take me? Let's see how well she knows me. We can do a little
Oh,
newlywed game.
here we go.
Let's do the newlywed game.
Well, I was going to talk about me, but we both love sushi.
Okay.
So
Where do you like to go for sushi?
One place that we love is Rain, which is in a strip center on Park something, and fabulous sushi. And we met the owner because she was looking for lemongrass essential oil to make ice cream with,
Oh.
and that's how we found Rain. I don't know if I would take you there on your birthday. Where would you like to go?
This is tough.
This gets tough.
She would probably take me to Il Ritorno, I think.
Yeah, she does love that.
I'd
And we
love
like
it
to
there.
eat at the bar.
I love to sit at the bar, great bartender, great, wonderful food. Really great, nice. Downtown.
Okay,
vibe.
El Retorno. Where are we
Yeah.
going for your birthday?
Well, sushi.
Sushi.
I
You going to
love
Rain?
sushi. I could go to Rain, or we could have 10 people over and everybody eats together.
Yeah.
I'm going to have sushi at my funeral.
And make sushi.
I'm going to have sushi at my funeral, so no doubt I'm going to have it at my birthday party.
Okay.
So I like to have birthdays with friends. So
yeah.
you'll be there. You'll be there.
There's also
I
a
love
really
it.
great vegan
Yeah.
vegan sushi place.
House of Vegano.
Awesome.
Yeah, Thalia. She's been on the show.
Oh,
She
she's
is-
amazing.
Yeah.
We had her 10-course
Yeah.
meal.
She's beautiful. Her food's beautiful. It's really special.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have yet to get
Yeah.
out there.
That's
And
incredible.
Thalia, don't worry, I'm coming. It just hasn't been. There's so much going on always, but yeah, no, I need to try.
And you
I've
don't
heard-
have to be vegan to really.
No, that's what I hear, and
really-
people have spoke very, very highly of it,
Yeah.
and so I'm very excited to try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we love Asian food. Food was good.
Food is good. Food is good.
Yeah.
That's a way to
Yeah.
people's heart,
So we
right?
like to go to restaurants. We love live music. We're really super happy that the Floridian is open. Almost every night there's something going on there.
Yeah. You like to go there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to dance there. We like to listen to music. We love theater. So that would be I love the theater. So do you.
Yeah, I
And,
mean, there's a lot of live stage theater here, which is
Yeah.
awesome. We love that.
Is she still plugging St. Pete?
Oh, I know.
No, I
know,
am
no,
because
yeah.
those are the things I love. We love
Yeah.
theater. We love good food. We love music.
love the
We love
beach.
the arts. And so all of that.
Farmers
All that.
market. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you said you don't think it's missing anything, but there has to be. If you could bring one thing. Oh, you said good Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chinese.
I mean,
Food.
we're pretty serious about that.
Yeah.
We need a good Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. Where
I
is
mean,
it
for
at?
those that are out there,
For those that are listening, if you know, put your favorite spots
Yeah.
in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's figure it
We'll
out.
try them out.
Yeah.
We'll go hopping.
Yeah.
yeah,
We'll go hopping.
We need some. We need some recommendations. I
What
mean, I'm
else?
thinking through the list because we normally try to keep track of places that people name, and I don't think we've had.
great Thai, great Vietnamese, great, lots of versions, but we just haven't found it. So if somebody knows about one, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I know that's a tough question. What's missing, and even beyond food? I'd like
Yeah.
to be able to take a train to Tampa, to Sarasota, hop on the train.
Yeah.
Isn't there a train coming though?
I
To Tampa?
think that I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
I know there's some trains they're working on to get to Miami.
From Tampa to
To Miami. Yeah.
Okay.
Should be
Yeah.
pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys venture across the bridge often to get to Tampa?
We
Not
are
often
actually
enough.
going pretty soon to go to the
Film
film
festival.
festival. Yeah.
But it's like a
Gotcha.
trip. It's like a thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
we are
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, it's a
We-
thing. Either
I mean,
a
it's-
doctor's appointment, a film festival, but there's great.
It takes
food
20
in
minutes.
Tampa.
It's not that big a,
No,
big-
it's not.
big
But
of a
there
thing.
is a divide.
Yeah.
The vibe is different over there.
The vibe is different. City. That feels more city, more commercial downtown. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, St. Pete, the other thing that we love are all of the individuals that own businesses here. There's not chains. We love that. It's all small business.
Mhm.
Right?
Cool thrift shops.
Locally owned shops, bookstores. Just very cool stuff.
It is. That the keep it local movement is a real thing, and everyone supports, and everyone knows each other. I think that's what's really
Yeah.
cool within the business community
Yeah.
here.
What is the expression? Keep it weird. Keep it
keep
local.
it weird, keep it local. So that and that it's like an Austin vibe. I don't know if you've been to Austin, Texas, but that's like it's kind of similar
Yeah.
community there, but this bigger scale. Some people think that we're heading in that direction. We'll have to see where things
Yeah.
end up in the next
We've
5,
talked
10
to
years.
people that have compared this to a young San Francisco, Seattle, Austin. Yeah.
Yeah. I just had another question, but it slipped my mind because I got excited about that. I don't remember. Oh, I hate it when that happens.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
When
I don't.
you're-
Oh. What's next for the Zest Zone? Like, what is that? Are we just at a spot now where we're taking it as it comes? We have plans on some kind of, I don't know, just what's next?
Yeah, so steady flow of coaching is always good for us. But personally, if I can jump in, we've done culinary classes, we've done cocktail classes, we've done mocktail classes with the oils, and had a lot of fun with that. We did it on a national platform for a while. Fortune 500 companies that were looking to offer something fun for their employees.
Especially during the pandemic.
So during the pandemic, people were home. We did classes, live classes where we actually made things together. They got a box, they opened it up, and we prepared drinks together. And that's kind of slowed down because people have gone back to work, but we are now doing that. And that's one of the classes we have this evening, where people will actually be at home, open up their oils and stuff and make drinks with us, which is really fun. We have 20 classes signed up for October.
Whoa.
So that we're scheduling out now. So I think there's going to be a big
You guys
push.
stay busy.
Yeah.
Stay busy.
Yeah.
And coincidentally, it's Sober October. So the whole mocktail thing is huge. We did cocktail classes a lot. We always had a lot of people say, can you make a mocktail for us? Which is basically for us taking the cocktail and just figuring it out a little bit to...
Zhuzhing it.
Yeah, zhuzhing it to get a really tasty mocktail. So we've been doing that, and we have a new Instagram account called The Motivated Mocktail. Have a lot of sober people, pregnant people.
You know, I think that is what we're missing. And I don't know if is a mocktail bar.
It's coming.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a mocktail crawl recently. So there are a number of bars in town, in and around town in Tampa, that are beginning to
offer, but not
offer.
necessarily totally sober.
No,
for
no,
people that
no.
you don't want that.
Yeah, well, that's like the Kava scene. I haven't had an owner of a Kava bar on yet, but that obviously has to happen because it's so big here in St. Pete. But I think, have you guys played with AI at all yet, like ChatGPT or anything?
Yes, a little bit.
For your recipes, you could have it ask. I had it write me a whole business plan for a mocktail bar, down to what the drinks were called, the menu, how you would advertise and market it. I mean,
That's fabulous. We got to
Wow.
go.
yeah.
I think we have to partner with him.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I said, give me a menu, not only, and also pair the drinks with a food menu.
Wow.
And, you know, it came up with like
I've been doing
prohibition.
that my own
something.
self.
Yeah, no, you don't have, you can have it in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, you can use AI, this tool to think, you know, to come up and
That's
stir
crazy.
ideas.
It's crazy, right?
It is crazy.
Yeah.
And, you know, and sometimes we want to say, oh, well, that's not I think you can decrease the amount of time it takes to accomplish thoughts and ideas.
Yeah, I mean, it's like anything else. There's good, there's some things that are potentially not.
Yep.
But if you focus on the positive side of it and what it can do to benefit, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It really
And then
is
tweak
pretty
it and
amazing.
make it your own.
Yeah,
and
just to think
give
and
it a
come up with
heart.
ideas. Like, just
Yeah.
think with me. Help me
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
of 10 mocktail recipes that I can use a citrus orange
Yeah.
essential oil with,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and cater it with a little mint.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been there. We've been there.
Yeah.
But before AI, there was AI.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah, the original AI.
The OG
Ilene Ali.
AI.
Because we call it creative abrasion. We've
Yeah.
been thinking and brainstorming and noodling ideas for almost 30 years.
You can
Yes.
get tired.
Yeah, and
You could
so
get tired.
one could
You're
get
heard.
very. I'm tired from the '90s, but anyway, that's another story. But we create recipes and we invent recipes. Now, here's the thing: really, everything's already been invented. It's just repackaging. However, making a mocktail or a cocktail with an essential oil is truly a reinvention.
Yeah, it kicks it up
It
like
kicks
you
it
wouldn't
up.
believe.
An oil is 50 to 70 times stronger, more powerful than an herb or fruit. And so the flavor profile is over the top, and it has enhanced health benefits. And the other thing that we do is we don't use non-alcoholic bourbon, non-alcoholic tequila, non-alcoholic gin. That's fine for those people. We use just essential oils. We use different teas. We use different simple syrups. We use different juices, fresh juices, and we create and use spices and other herbs and rye. You know.
Do you guys drink kombucha?
Yes, we do.
Do you know
Yes, we
AJ with Beach Kombucha?
We've heard about AJ from Beach Kombucha.
Oh, you need
from
to.
Thalia, actually.
Yeah. Because she holds some of his stuff. He was just on the show and we sampled some of his stuff. I think you guys need to meet and maybe work on a little kombucha essential oil thing. I bet you
Little
he'd be so
combo, yeah.
down.
Yeah.
He'd be so down because he's all about, what was his line? Roots and fruits. Whole fruits, because he grows all the ingredients himself. You know,
Oh,
if
that's
he's
fabulous.
I didn't
so
know that. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
yeah. So his
Yeah.
his stuff is awesome. Not like a traditional kombucha that you buy in the store.
No, it's
No, we've
delicious.
had
We
the
have had it.
kombucha.
We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it's really good for you. And that is where there'd be a great marriage. I mean, we always say that you can find our mocktails in the medicine cabinet
Yeah.
because the oils
That's
that
sexy, right?
Yeah. Right.
You
Yeah.
can also clean with them. So, you know, I don't,
you can drink our
Yeah.
cleaning products.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Yeah.
But these the health benefits are so great that once people learn that that they can drink and cook with the oils, it opens up a world to other
Right.
other aspects
Yeah.
of their life.
Yeah, we sometimes have classes. It may happen tonight where we're talking about a mocktail or a cocktail. Somebody raises their hand and says, "Do you have something for psoriasis?" I mean, it's so
It
like,
just happens because
off topic, but people get into it because they've suddenly realized that there's
there are benefits. I'm drinking
Yeah.
this what we call a samarita, which is our version of a margarita, or a nojito, which is like a mojito,
Mojito.
but no mo. It's all no. And it is so crazy wonderful. We do a June and tonic instead of a gin and tonic, which is made with juniper berry essential oil, which
And grapefruit.
and
essential.
grapefruit, which is so
I mean, it tastes
refreshing.
Like, it tastes like a gin and tonic. It's amazing, and it's got that kick at the back of the throat that a lot of mocktails. Mocktails are like club soda and a little cranberry and a lime, and that's for us. And they're often,
But the juniper is
$12 when you
intoxicating
go
and
out.
it's calming.
Mhm.
And so not only are you having this beautiful mocktail, but you actually feel good. And so it's a win.
It's a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Win-win situation. Win-win. I'm all about that. Yeah, that's so cool that you guys have really integrated these mocktails in with the essential oils, and
we just do what we have fun with and hope people come along.
it's
for the
a way
ride.
of expression.
Yeah.
But also,
I wanted to say too that whether somebody's coming to us to talk about something that's bothering them, maybe they have pain or back pain or chronic pain for 20 years, or they just don't feel the joy in their life, we always ask first, what is getting in the way of your joy? And ultimately, if we end up handing them a pain protocol, they usually get to, I can't even enjoy life because of my back pain. And so we start the question with joy. We don't say, so what's going on with your body?
right.
What's going on in life? What is affecting that happiness meter for you? And the pain points do come out. And so we never just sell an oil to somebody. We never just like sign somebody up for coaching. It's like, let's talk first. Let's get to know really what's happening in your life and see if we can help you get to the next best feeling. So
I love that. Do you guys read?
Yes.
she's a crazy reader. I watch her read.
What if you were going to recommend one book, what would it be?
Oh man, that Ryan, that question is just not fair.
Okay, give me two.
So many, because every time I read a book, I take time to really think about what I'm going to read because I have this.
Well, give me a few.
I have this
What do you
disorder.
read?
If I start a book,
She can't pick up
I
another.
have to finish it.
Oh, I have
if
the
I've
opposite.
chosen a book, I have got to finish it, even if it's like not doing it for me. I don't feel good unless I finish it and go to the next one. So now I'm reading a book called Horse
Okay.
by Geraldine Brooks.
Okay.
And it's about race horses, but it's not necessarily a topic I would have gotten into, but it woven through the book. There's a lot of history. It's cool. I like historical novels, fiction, but with a little history woven in.
Yeah. Okay. So Horse is a recommendation.
Yeah, Horse is a recommendation.
Yeah. What about any life books? Any things that someone's reading right now? And they're
So, I'll go on the work side of things. On the nonfiction list, finished recently, We Should All Be Millionaires, which is awesome. Great book. And then also we both read, I
don't know what you're gonna say.
I know, so that
The Big
doesn't
Leap?
help. No,
I'm reading
not-
The Big Leap
oh, you're
by
reading The Big
Gay
Leap.
Hendricks, which is a business book
Okay.
about about happiness and joy in life and our limits, our thresholds for happiness. And we get to we have something fabulous happen and then we self-sabotage because we don't, that's probably not going to last long.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm enjoying that book and using a lot of the principles in my day-to-day conversations with
Chillpreneur, another great book.
Chillpreneur.
Chillpreneur.
Denise Duffield. Actually recommended by Sandy Bean.
Oh.
Awesome book. And in both cases, for both of the books that I mentioned, really comforting for entrepreneurs because it breaks down what you think you need to do and gets it much more realistic and so you can accomplish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Get
it. It's
rid
just
of all the
everything's just
stuff.
everything's just breaking it down.
I'm reading Stanley Tucci's book about, it's called Taste, I think.
Taste.
And his food travels.
I think I've
I
heard about
love
that.
Stanley Tucci.
Yeah. I haven't read any of these books you guys are mentioning, which I love. So I got some good recommends here. Selfishly, that was for me. Yeah, that's awesome. I like to read. I think it's a way. I read this study once that we have 80 to 90% of the same thoughts every day, with 70% of them being negative. And so I think a way to combat that is to feed our brain with new information so we can create new neural pathways and new thoughts and ideas.
You're speaking our language, yeah.
You're hired. And that's what we get into. It's like changing your shift the thoughts, rewiring for a new thought.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them out there you can grab.
Well, they're habits.
Yeah.
You fall into the. I mean, you fall into the groove of the same thought patterns over and over and over again because that's you're going through most of the same things a day. You're seeing the same people going through the same spots, grabbing your toothbrush the same way, doing everything, and our thoughts are the same way.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
They're actually addicted to those thoughts.
yeah,
And even those thoughts or those behaviors that we know don't make us happy, or those situations that we find ourselves drawn to again and say, how did I get here?
yeah,
I
it's
don't
an
want this.
addiction.
It's comfortable.
Yep.
It's comfortable. It's a known. It's, I know that. I'm chemically
Yeah.
wired to know what to do with that. So it's like a homecoming, an odd homecoming, but you're comfortable.
What is
So
it
it's
about
like
the unknown that we're
changing
so
up.
scared of? Like you guys seem to be do well with the unknown because you're like, oh, this would be joyful. We're gonna move 3 times in 5 years, and that's unknown. And we're gonna start this Zest Zone. We have this bed and breakfast. Like for some, the unknown is so scary that it's crippling, and we'd rather stay in pain and stress and all the things because, like you said, that's home because we don't want to go into the unknown. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, why is that so scary? Because I think at the same time, when we go on a trip or vacation, it's the unknown that makes the experience so great.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, there are some of us that love that, and there's some of us
Absolutely.
that are afraid
It's
of
like,
it.
when your phone is dead and your GPS isn't working in your car and you're back in the, olden times of just taking a left or right and seeing where it leads you. We used to play that game, just get in the car and left, right, and see where you lead. It's exciting. And it always ends up offering something that's super cool. I think it's a trust in yourself, maybe a trust in the universe, whatever that means for people,
Right.
in terms of trust in the universe. But stepping out and seeing the world is a lot bigger than any of us are, and that there's a safety there. Nothing, as long as you're healthy, and your family's healthy and safe, nothing really, really bad can happen. If you lose your job, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
There are a million things to do.
You always figure it out.
A million things to do. I was stuck in a corporate job for much longer than I should have been. I couldn't see my way out of it, and I knew,
could see her
I knew
way
how
out
to get other people out of it. I couldn't get myself
see
out
her
of
way
it.
out of it.
I needed
I
her
kept saying,
assistance.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
Yeah.
Jump.
Yeah.
Jump. Took her a while,
Yeah.
but
because
it cost
of
her for staying.
2 kids, her dad, 4 dogs, a couple cats,
And a koi
3
fish.
mortgages. Yeah, it's a little scary to benefits, whatever,
Yeah.
to just jump.
To
but
jump.
man, we did and never looked back.
Yeah.
Never looked back. It all worked out.
So I when I teach some classes, I show this video of Will Smith talking about skydiving, and at the end of the video, he says that God placed the best things in life on the other side of fear. Because I'm using the skydiving analogy, which I'm at 50 jumps now, and there's all the fear and anxiety up until the moment of when you leave the airplane. Of that moment of, he says, the moment of maximum danger is the most blissful part of the experience because now you're on the other side of fear, and that's
amazing.
Absolutely.
That's something.
And
I
it's very true.
won't do. I'm afraid of heights. I don't know if I could do that. I'm a risk taker in business. I'll take some risks in life. We move, we pack up again.
You
We
take
move
a lot of
again.
risks, yeah.
Okay, I take risks, but I'd be crazy to jump out of.
Get
a
her on a
plane.
bridge. It's all
Ooh.
over. It's all over.
But
It was like that for me with whitewater rafting. And I did end up on, everybody said, you'll be fine. There's a guide. I was the one that was outside the raft.
she fell off.
And they had to come get me.
Oh.
Yeah. So as I was going down the rapids,
The Dead
feet
River.
first. The Dead River. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I was on the other side of it was like I felt so accomplished. I felt so good about myself.
Okay, I got to do something. And the two of you.
I mean, we
done
were
stuff.
talking this morning about, I don't know how sexy this is going to sound, but we were talking this morning over coffee.
I know we
about-
talk a lot.
We start early. Was it 50% of our thoughts or 50% of
Your DNA. This is your happiness set point. Like some people are born, with happy DNA. Some people aren't. So your happiness set point relies on 50% DNA,
10%
circumstances, and 40% thoughts
and actions and
and
behaviors?
actions and behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
And so science.
So that's pretty cool because that says that if you can change your thoughts, you can change your DNA. You can change your
happiness set point.
you can change the expression of your DNA.
You can change your thoughts, you change your reality.
Mhm.
That's right.
Everything in life
to
is an
book like
afterthought.
that. Yeah. Can change your thoughts, change your life.
Yeah.
Which means that 90% we really have more control than we think on changing our happiness set point.
Yeah.
So most people, I'll be happy when I win the lottery. I'll be happy when I get promoted. I'll be happy when I get to 6 or 7 figures. It's not really that way.
But the scale always moves. The
so
scale.
you get to your
and
set
now
point,
there's another goal.
and then you hover for a little while, but
Yep.
you always go back down.
Mhm.
You always go back down. So changing your thoughts, changing your actions
Yep.
really will help to shift that happiness.
Yeah, there's a lot of platitudes, but staying in the now, staying right here in this
Well,
moment.
it's being present.
I mean, right here in this moment, right? There's nothing wrong in the world. We're here with you.
Yeah.
We're having a great conversation. Nothing
beautiful.
else. If you're truly present, nothing else matters.
Yep.
Everything else is good.
Yeah. Do you guys
right?
meditate?
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
Oh,
We do.
that's what she's all about.
nice. Love
Yeah.
that. I believe in meditation heavy. Just because of the power of it, of
Absolutely.
practicing, keeping the mind in one location, and whether that's the breath and looking for who's looking, noticing attention. Where does attention go? Sam Harris is a neuroscientist that I listened to and spent time in silent retreat. So he brings the science aspect to it,
Cool.
as well as the spiritualism of meditation and noticing that everything that you notice is an appearance in consciousness around you. From even the idea of self is in itself an appearance in consciousness. And so you can get really deep when you really pull
deep.
back.
We're with you. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're to your point of being present, like so present. And then I think when you're to tie it into the joy, when you're in joy, you are present.
Absolutely.
There's nothing else going on. And I was just having a conversation with one of our agents this morning. It's his birthday, and he's a really good artist. And he said he draws like these crazy cool buildings, because he's in commercial real estate, but he draws these schematics but it's beautiful. Like, as you would see a mock-up of what a building's going to look like when it's done. And he said, I just started doing that because it eliminates my stress. He goes, nothing else matters. I'm not a KW. I don't know Ryan. Like, I'm
Right.
just here in that moment.
Yeah.
And I think the more that we can find activities that bring us to the present moment, that's the
Yeah.
magic.
He was in a state of what's called unified flow, where nothing else is going on. Like people who write music. Beethoven was in a state of unified flow when he was writing music. There's nothing else can bother me. I mean, I can't even tell you. I can't even explain the state I'm in. Artists have it.
That's
You're
why I jump
writing.
out of airplanes.
Yeah. So Joe Dispenza, I don't know if you've.
I know
read-
Joe Dispenza.
You know Joe. You know Joe.
You know
Not
Joe.
like that, but I know Joe.
Yeah, you can tell he
So,
knows Joe. He says neuroscience.
Another
then.
great
Yeah.
book is Being Supernatural.
Yep.
Okay,
Fabulous,
so there's a
yeah.
meditation in that which takes you back to literally kind of floating in space as consciousness. And we don't do that with our clients, but we take people back to really think about if you are here and it's just you. There's nobody else. There's no jobs. There's no kids. There's no dogs. There's no one. It's just you. Who are you? Who are you? When
are
nobody
you?
else is looking, who? Not only that, but who are you at your
Such a good
core?
question.
When you're floating in space and it's just your consciousness, what is that?
Have you ever done a sensory deprivation tank?
I have not. I'd love to.
She wants
Yeah.
to.
You
I
have.
would do that. It's low.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful experience. It takes a little bit of time, but once you settle in, because you lose the sensation of your body, there's no input. And I can't remember all the numbers, but I knew a guy in New Jersey that built these amazing float tanks, and he knew all the math about how much data of information is coming into us. But when you remove all that, then you can really just be with your thoughts and consciousness in itself.
I would try it. I would love
Yeah,
it.
because you're removing. There's no sight. You can't tell if your eyes are open or closed because it's so dark. You can't hear anything, and you are sitting in water that is the same temperature as your body. So you lose the sensation of your body after you sit there for so long. So you can take your mind wherever you want to go. Like your mind opens up as if it's the universe.
That's cool.
Let's do that this afternoon.
There is a place
It's pretty cool.
downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've heard about it.
Yeah, I would recommend. Yeah, I think you guys would enjoy it. It takes a little bit of getting used to, and I would really say that the second or third time you go, because the first time you might be bouncing on the walls a little bit. You're getting used to the sensation of natural buoyancy, but once you get comfy in there,
How long did you stay in?
an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
An hour
It
with yourself.
flies by.
An hour with your thoughts.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It takes a minute to settle down, but if you already practice meditation, you can get there a lot faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. I would recommend that. So how do we find you? I'm hearing this now. I'm like, these two are so sick. I want to hang out. I need to find my path of joy. Where am I going?
On Instagram, we're at the Zest Zone.
Okay.
Same place on Facebook.
Yep.
We're the zest-zone.com. And as Allie said, she's the Motivated Mocktail.
Yeah,
At
for
the
mocktails.
Motivated Mocktail from Mocktail Stuff.
Yeah.
And we also have a new Instagram feed at Zest Talk.
Okay. Yeah.
And
What's
that's
the Zest
things
Talk?
essential oil educational.
Health tips,
Yeah.
how to use the oils.
Got it. So we got a lot of places to go to find you.
There are a lot of places to find us.
Look
Yeah.
up the
Yeah.
Zest Zone.
The Zest
You'll find
Zone.
us.
Yeah.
The
Zest
Zest
Zone.
Zone.
Yeah.
The Zest Zone.
Or just hang out downtown. And,
Yeah.
have coffee somewhere and
Yeah.
you'll see us.
I love that.
Yeah, we hang out at.
We go to coffee a lot.
Yeah. Hang out at
Favorite coffee spot? I know
Black Crow.
Love
Which-
Blush for
Yeah.
tea.
Okay.
We're big tea drinkers too.
Yeah.
We like loose teas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blush is fun, and Black Crow is fun, and Bandit is fun.
Bandit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like Bandit a lot. That's a nice place
Grassroots.
to work.
for
Grassroots
a
is
little cradle.
that was one of our early finds here, and we like Grassroots. Good
Yeah.
people watching
Yeah.
good coffee.
It is good people watching. It's a prime
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Black Crow's great because it has squeeze for smoothies is there, and
Her
then
favorite
coffee.
bookstore.
Tombolo Books, awesome bookstore. So we love it there. So it's nice. You can sit and kind of.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. If people are still with us, what should they comment below? One word.
What brings you joy?
We can do that. What brings you joy? What brings you joy? If you're still with us, which Mom, I know you're still here. What brings you joy? Comment joy and tell us what brings you joy. Ilene and Ali, I really appreciate you guys being here. This has been an amazing time.
Oh, loved
You're
it.
fun.
Yeah,
Loved it.
yeah. This was
Thank you
good.
so
No,
much.
this was really, really good. I appreciate both of you and this awesome conversation and everything that you're doing to bring joy to people.
Thank you.
Keep your mission going strong.
Thank you.
Yes. Don't forget, we're sponsored by Bogdan Homes. If you're still here and you heard this and you're like, wow, St. Pete is so cool. I need to move there. And you need some help. Come reach out. We'll help you. We'll point you in the right direction. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.